Welcome to the Mortgage Broker Podcast, tailor-made for Canadian mortgage industry professionals. Proudly presented by A Better Way Mortgage Group, this podcast is your trusted source for insider insights, market updates, and strategies to elevate your career in the ever-evolving world of mortgage brokering. Whether you're a seasoned broker with A Better Way Mortgage Group or an industry enthusiast looking to stay ahead, our episodes are designed to empower you with the knowledge and tools you need to excel in the Canadian mortgage space. Just moving into, kind of like the workflow that you kind of can imagine now. And you showed us, the Mortgage Ninja folder at Ascend. And let's get granular there. In a standard mortgage file, there are, let's say 50 plus documents and a dozen stakeholders, and if you were designing an autonomous loan officer assistant, what are, the chain of thought instructions you'd give it so it stops asking for permission and actually starts making decisions? Because I think that's what's really blowing my mind right now is these agents are actually just implementing without me even telling it or giving permission to it.
Yeah. To start off with and getting incredibly granular, one of the things that I showcased is the power of Claude and Claude Code. And I think the beautiful part about what Claude Code can do now is that it can almost autonomously go off and proactively get stuff done. The best way to use Claude Code, and by the way, I'm not here to push any sort of large language model. They're always changing. So one's going to be better than the other later. So, Claude Code at this moment from an enterprise perspective is the best. These large language models work on context. The way that I would treat it is just like I would treat a human being. What is the standard operating procedure that you would give to a regular human being that would be a loan officer to go off and get stuff done? What would be their actions? What documents would they need? And when you have a folder within your laptop or your computer where you can have that context, you can give them examples and it understands exactly what they should be doing. And I would even give it a workflow, show it what it already does right now. Once you have all that information, that's all the context, I would say. And then you feed it the actual information that's required from a mortgage application. I would run that and see how accurate is it. I mean, you still have to monitor it. It might make a couple of mistakes, but for the most part, I think that you could probably simulate what somebody actually does. And this is not replacing what you do. This is speeding things up. I have never met a mortgage broker that has ever said, "Oh my God, I have so much time. Oh my God, I don't have anything to do today." There's always so much. And I just think that this allows us to build better relationships, to build a better book of business. And that's the power of what these AI agents can do now. It can have the context and then it can go off and execute without you even asking.
This makes me think just kind of outside of the box a bit, and a plug for something that we're working on right now and launching February 18th is our Canadian Perfect Loan process. And it's a very systematized process that, the same thing happens every single time on a mortgage transaction, from the time of meeting the client to the transaction funding to everything post-funding. And to put a human being into a role, they need to have a role with a clear outline and they're doing, very specific tasks along the way. And I think about, implementing an AI agent in anywhere in your process. If you don't have a process, how is it going to operate?
That's the exact point, is that you need to document your existing process and it needs to be as thorough as possible. So maybe that's the starting point. But I also want to challenge you and everybody that's listening to this, is that I think the power of AI is that we reimagine the process. Because when an AI agent can do things that humans could never do, it changes how we look at things. One of the things that has come out since our actual summit, there's a new innovation. It's called OpenClaw. And what OpenClaw allows you to do, it's an open source agent, and it can leverage different large language models. You can use Claude, you can use ChatGPT, you can use Gemini. And what I have noticed using OpenClaw, and by the way, I'm not actually actively recommending this because, there's still security concerns around it. But if you're bullish enough and if you want to use your own laptop, if you want to test it out, it allows you to see what does a 24/7 AI agent that is proactive. It's like having a digital employee. What does that actually feel like? It's been a mindset shift for me because I think when it comes to our existing tasks and our existing processes, we look at it through a human lens, meaning we look through it as This is the problem in front of me. How do I go off and solve that? I think what AI agents are ultimately going to do, it's going to push us to think bigger. It's going to push us to think bolder. And the question that we should be asking is, what can an AI agent do that humans could never do? 24/7 analysis of all our customers and clients and our CRM. An underwriter that works overnight, taking a look and comparing this to other, situations. These are things that humans could never do. What I'm excited about when it comes to this AI revolution is that I don't think we've really thought about the potential and the opportunities of growing our business and thinking bolder now that we have a digital employee that never stops. What I've noticed using this technology OpenClaw is that it's like a human being, but it never stops. It never sleeps. You can say, hey, I'm going to bed, and it'll give you an update of all the things that it worked on. That's a mindset shift. And I'm trying to figure out what more can it do. Like, I'm struggling. And I'm the guy that wrote the book, The Bold Ones. I need to think more boldly around what this can do.
Thank you for tuning in. If you found value in this show, please subscribe to our channel on your preferred platform. We're available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Your support is incredibly appreciated. We also welcome your reviews and feedback, which are crucial in helping us deliver outstanding educational content. Feel free to share your thoughts. A 5-star review would be fantastic if you think we earned it. Lastly, a vital announcement about Backpack Buddies, our chosen charity for 2025. This remarkable organization addresses a hidden hunger issue many are unaware of in British Columbia. While school districts provide meals during school hours, numerous children face food scarcity at home, particularly during the weekends. Backpack Buddies steps in to support these vulnerable children, ensuring they have easy to prepare, familiar food for weekends. This is achieved through collaborations with schools and an extensive distribution network. Your contribution can make a significant difference. With just $20, you can give a child in need a food bag from Backpack Buddies filled with enough meals and snacks to sustain them over the weekend and more. Once again, thank you for listening, and see you on the next one.